Sammy, I want to start off this episode by talking about your set at the Low End show for Ray Burger.
Okay.
Because every show that I throw with Low End, I try to make it a good habit of telling people that attend there, like, hey, so what set did you enjoy the most? I got a lot of mixed reviews that night. But I will say about your set that I've got a lot of like crazy positive reviews of is that they all thought that your set was fucking crazy. It was dope
that's
as fuck.
dope. That's dope.
And it got me thinking too because I haven't. It's not like I've been knowing you for like years, right?
No,
like, I've only known you maybe like almost a year.
Yeah.
Almost a year, right? So after that show, and I heard people telling me like, "Hey, Sammi Wild got down," and then also like when I had time to go back there and check out your set, like some parts, I was like, "Yeah, like she's getting down. Like she's very diverse. Like she was on that dubstep shit, and then like 10, 15 minutes later, she went to some trap, and then like it just went back into some dubstep. Like you're just very diverse, and I like to see that in a set. And I knew when people were telling me that. Honestly, top two. I think top two. Like your set, like
that's so
like
sick.
Yeah, for me, and for a lot of people that were saying what their favorite set was, and I was like, you know what? I think I really want to bring Sammi soon to the podcast and just learn more about like how it all started with her, because I think this is just like incredible. Because I don't know like when you started DJing. So when I started seeing you play, like you're playing like. You've been DJing for years, like you know what you're doing.
Thank you.
And so like, and then I kind of just like stumbled upon my mind, like, yeah, you know what? I know she like DJs. I know she's starting to make music, but I kind of want to know exactly like how it all started. But after that show, I was like, yeah, you know what? I definitely want to have Sammi on here. And then Robert and I discussed it, like, yeah, you know what? One of these episodes coming through, it has to be Sammi Wild, and everyone on SoundCloud, everyone on YouTube. I just want you guys to please welcome my special guest, Sammi Wild, here for episode 38. How's it going, Sammi?
Thank you. It's going good. I appreciate you having me. Honestly, when you hit me up, I was like, no way. Because, like, I actively watch everything you
That's
post.
awesome.
So I was
Thank
just like,
you.
oh, that's so dope. I get to be on it now.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, thank you for, coming here. Robert and I appreciate it. Any opening statements you want to make, Robert, for Spotlight Podcast? Anything to add on from what I said earlier from the show? Because you were there at the show too.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro, your show was the performance was amazing. It was dope. Like,
Thank you.
I enjoyed the music overall because I could tell like you're probably deep in SoundCloud, huh? Are you in there?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm always deep on SoundCloud.
I could tell by some of the music you're playing. I was like, oh shit. Okay, I feel you. You're
love
out
SoundCloud.
Here. Same. But
Thank you. I
dope
appreciate
set.
that.
No. Yeah.
Adding on to that, Robert and I were talking about how when we go to live shows, we listen to other DJ sets, and some, for sure, like Robert and I are thinking about the tracks that are being played. We always say, yeah, you know what? Like I think this DJ selected this track because it's like it's very popular. People fuck with it, so like they're gonna take that risk, and like, they're not gonna take like a crazy risk. Like they're gonna play a song that's like they know it's gonna work.
Yeah.
But when it came to your set, and I like how Robert mentioned that, like, oh yeah, you on some SoundCloud shit, right? Because there's just some tracks you hear, and like it's not really tracks one would discover like in platforms as mainstream platforms like Spotify or Apple Music. It's shit you really gotta dig in SoundCloud, really get deep in the fucking trenches of SoundCloud and find the gems.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was like a majority of your set, and it was just refreshing to hear not a lot of recycled material in your set. And maybe some people feel the same way, but maybe some people don't. But it was just really refreshing to just hear your set. Be very pretty diverse in like all the underground tracks that you selected.
Yeah.
And shit that we Robert and I are familiar with.
Hell yeah.
Because it's not very familiar to, I feel like, the main consumer of dance music. You gotta really get in the trenches of SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Bro, you played a Liney track, and I was like, bro, this is it. I was like, this is my favorite set already.
Oh,
Like,
dope. That's so dope. Yeah, dude, I do dig forever. And that's the thought behind all my sets is like, what can I play that I haven't heard every time I'm out? Or how can I separate myself from others? And I think going for like those like underdogs, or like those guys releasing music, those are the ones you want to play.
Yeah,
because
facts.
no one's heard them. And then when they experience them for the first time and they see that you're the one they're experiencing it with, it separates you from everyone else. So I feel like that's what I shoot for. I shoot for like what I think other people are too scared to play, or they just think it's too underground to even play at somewhere like Mezcal.
So finishing hearing your set, I was just like, you know what? She's not afraid to take risks. Like she's definitely gonna go up there. Like whatever she's fucking with that week, it's going in the playlist. It's
Yeah,
going in there, and I'm gonna
pretty
drop
much.
that shit. And for those that attended the Lowen show for Ray Burger, I mean, she was the one that played outside in the Mescal stage. I mean, if you guys were there, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's all true. I mean, and then everyone else that was involved in that lineup got down as well. But that's one of the sets that a lot of people came up to were like, oh yeah, that was like one of my favorite sets.
That
So
makes me
I just
so
wanted to let
happy.
you know.
Thank
'cause
you.
I've been trying to do that every event just to see what people are thinking about these performances, and you're among the favorites.
That's dope. I'm glad people like what I have to play and that they fuck with my kind of music that I love.
Hell yeah. And thank you for coming through.
Hell yeah.
Now,
Anytime.
before we get more into how you started DJing, how you started getting more involved in dance music, I want to do a questionnaire with you. It's called Quick Hits. It's a segment
Quick
that we
Hits?
do here
Okay.
on the podcast. And if you're a regular watcher, I'm pretty sure you're familiar
Yeah.
with this segment. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Nothing too complicated.
Okay.
I'm going to time you as well. So just go ahead and just answer just like whatever comes across your mind, just say it. Nothing too complicated.
Okay.
It's questions that you'll know, so it's fairly easy.
Okay.
But before I start, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to leave us a like on the video. Make sure to hit the bell alert button to make sure you stay notified every time we drop an episode. We're also on SoundCloud, so make sure to give us a follow there. If you're not fucking with the YouTube, why you're not fucking with the YouTube? I don't know. That's a you thing. I don't know, but we got SoundCloud though. You trying to fuck with SoundCloud? We got SoundCloud. So give us a follow if you're on SoundCloud, or subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Watch our YouTube videos. They're really entertaining. You guys just see us, see myself, the guests. It's all great. YouTube's where it's at. So, are you ready, Sammy?
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Awesome. All right. Let's get started. All right. Are we ready with the timer, Robert? We ready? All right, bet. Here you go. First question. What is your social media handle?
At the top of my page.
Oh, like what's
is that what the question
No, yeah. What's your social media handle?
What is it? Oh,
Yeah,
Sammy.wild.
Yeah. Oh, where's your social media handle?
At the top of the page. You said where, right? Did
No,
you
I
say
said
where?
I think I said what? Well, anyways, you got it right. Favorite DJ software.
Favorite DJ Tractor.
Tractor. Okay.
Easily.
Not often we hear Tractor. Age you started at?
Ooh, I would say maybe 22-ish.
22?
Yeah.
Favorite genre of dance music?
Ooh, trap.
Ooh.
Easily.
Favorite music streaming platform?
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud,
Easily.
yeah. Favorite BPM?
Ooh, 75. Yeah.
All right,
I like
okay.
75.
All right, I like that too. Special skill?
Special skill. Oof. I don't have too many of those, to be honest.
You got one of those.
Beat matching, I guess.
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
I like
Alright,
to
cool.
beat match.
Not a lot of people know how to beat match. Yeah, that's a special skill. Hell yeah.
It's special, right?
Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
think
No,
you're supposed to know how, but I think it's
a
special.
skill. 'Cause I feel like I go to live performances and like not many people know what beat matching is. But anyways, that's another explanation. All right, first festival.
First festival, Nocturnal. Are you ready for this? 2008.
Damn. Why?
Huh?
Why?
Why? My friends wanted to go.
All right. For
Yeah.
Sure. Oh wait, damn, that was a throw.
I'm
Damn.
older than you guys.
Shit. What is your dream festival?
Ooh, to play or to be at?
To both.
Mm,
To both.
What is that one they have in Europe? Tomorrowland. That's my dream. Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, to play it and I guess to go to because I've never been.
I want to go to Tomorrowland.
That would be sick.
I think you have to be only 16 to go to Tomorrowland.
That's so wild.
Because it's in Belgium. So I
I
think
mean-
like their legal limit on shit is like 16. Maybe I'm wrong, but like last time I checked in, because I was like 13, 14.
Yeah.
I was in middle school going to high school, like, hey, you know what, fuck, I'm trying to go to a rave. So I was looking like in other countries, like, all right, which raves are letting like 15 to 16-year-olds like,
yeah, like I'm gonna
through?
leave the country.
Right? I don't got a passport, I don't got none of that shit.
But I'm
But
gonna go to this rave.
hey, ravers be making it work.
Dude,
I've seen
for
ravers,
real.
I've seen ravers do some shit, and I'm one of them. So, I saw that Tomorrowland does that shit at 16. You can start raving with them. And I'm like, fuck, I'm about to start saving money. And like at the time, I was doing a lot of these high school parties, so I was like, low-key for a moment, I was actually like settled on like saving some money and going to Tomorrowland. But then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just save this money until I turn 18, so I go to EDC
There you
Las
go.
Vegas.
There you go.
And it's just closer. Now I gotta go through like customs, like get a passport and shit. So
Just made more sense, like overall.
yeah. And I'm just messing into more gear because I started DJing, like getting my own gear like at 13.
Oh damn.
No, I'm sorry, 14. And yeah, I was just like, fuck it. When I'm 18, like I told my mom, like, hey, I know like you don't want me going to this type of shit. It's like I know like raves are not really the shit that you probably want to see like your 18-year-old kid going to, but this is the shit that I like. I love this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm DJing, like a lot of these artists that are playing, like idols that I've been seeing for years playing and bumping
Yeah.
their music. So I'm gonna go. And yeah, first rave. And I can't believe your first rave was '08. So you
I
know a lot about these raves like Monster Massive,
Yes.
TAO.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when was your next rave after that?
After Nocturnal, I believe it was at the time called Together as One. It's now Countdown. Yeah. So
Oh shit! Really?
yeah. So it was the New Year's Eve rave,
So
and
TAO was still Insomniac.
yeah, it was still Insomniac.
Yeah,
So
okay.
yeah, I believe that they like had like the company owned between two people, and then eventually it all just like went to one person. That's when they changed
Okay.
all the names of the raves and whatnot.
Damn, you know what's up?
Sometimes.
Because like a lot of guests that I have that come here at the studio, you know, a lot of these people, they got into dance music like 2014, 2015. So there's like a certain era. There's like a certain timeline that they just know of dance music,
Yeah.
and like certain shows that are happening. So when you brought up Nocturnal '08, I'm just like, dang, she probably knows about TAO, Monster
Dude,
Massive.
yes, all of them. Been to all of them.
What's the other one? 420 Fest.
Yeah. Smoke out events.
Yeah. So
yeah, that was me.
damn. So was that on? So yeah, let's get into it. So, like, did you really? Is that after that? Is that how you got into like more into dance music, getting into DJing?
Kind of. I feel like maybe I just liked the music so much. I started off with drum and bass, like that was that era, you know, and that's when that was booming. And like dubstep started booming a little bit after that, but it was more of like slow, like Resco dubstep, Dr. P stuff, you know.
I remember the time, yeah.
Yeah. So like I grew up on like Pendulum and Sub Focus and yeah, so like all that stuff. Even like currently I like to go to Respect Thursdays on Thursdays because that's like where you'll find like the best
Where's that
drum
at?
and bass in LA.
Oh, is that weekly?
So yeah, they just started weekly again now. They just came back from COVID, I believe, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So yeah, but before that it's such a pop-in place. Like you have to check it out sometime.
All right.
But yeah, so I grew up on drum and bass, and then I actually came into DJing wanting to DJ drum and bass, and I just kind of like fell in love more with like trap and dub and like, you know, newer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I still like to incorporate drum and bass, you know, just because it's like the root of where I came from.
Oh, okay. Now is this all the same within like '08, or is this more like?
This is just like
couple
over
years later?
time. I would say like drum and bass started maybe struggling more around 2014-ish, 2013. Not that it's struggling, but it's just bigger in the UK than it is here. Like over there,
believe
that's
it,
like
yeah.
everything to them. And over here, we're like a mixing pot of everything.
We're
you know?
we take it for granted. I say
We really
like, honestly,
do,
'cause
yeah.
There's like people be drumming drum and bass, playing drum and bass, and like I'll fuck with it. Like I'll give you the energy for drum and bass, but some people they just. You know, it takes some time for it to grow on people, especially with Americans.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, it took me some time to kind of get into drum and bass.
It's
it took me
different,
years.
yeah.
Like, honestly, it took me years. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't on some like, oh, I heard it, I fell in love. Like, because I've always been like a big, and like I started listening to dance music like in 09, 10. So
Okay.
I used to like hella love like electro house for a minute,
Oh,
then
okay.
Big Room, and then I went to Dirty Dutch, Jungle Terror, and then
Nice.
dubstep rhythm. So you know, there's the
Yeah.
evolution to taste, right? So I was sure you mentioned how like you've gone you know, from drum and bass, and then like listen to your set, you know, now like
You would have
like,
no
a little bit more-
idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that. Like, well, I mean, I kind of would have known because you play a lot
There
of
was a
bass
couple
music
of
shit in your
songs,
sets
yeah.
too, and like, and then especially when you drop the drum and bass, I feel like that's when you really got like hella energized, like you know, you just know like
Yeah.
it tells me, oh yeah, she fucks with drum and bass, like she hella likes drum and bass right here. That's what's up. And so, what was like your first entry to DJing? Like how did it all happen? Was it did you go to a show or did you go to someone's crib? They were fucking with something and like you were like, oh yeah, you know what? I want to learn how to do that. Like how did it all start? Did you learn a controller?
So I would say it started when I was in the army, like 2011, 2012-ish.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you. I never know how to react to that. I feel like any like person that's been in the military, they would say the same thing. But yeah, so I met a friend and I saw that he DJ'd and I was like, yo, teach me this, you know? And that's what I spent all my time doing. I bought a controller at Best Buy back in the day.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
okay.
It was like some small Newmark one. I was telling him earlier, like this big. It's so small. It was so tiny, but it was mighty. It did the job.
To add on to your conversation, if you're starting off DJing, the gateway is Newmark. Like if you didn't do Newmark as your first entry level controller or entry level whatever, you just did the shit wrong. That's just my personal opinion, but I swear I'm gonna die on that hill. Like New Mark is the gateway to that shit. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. So you got your
I got that, and I started
right.
just doing like house parties and stuff, like Halloween parties. I made friends like out where I was stationed in Kentucky, and like they would have parties on the weekends, and I would just DJ like I would just DJ like hip hop, like Cascade, like anything that I liked at that point in my life. But I wouldn't like go into someone's party and start DJing like drum and bass or like dubstep, because back then it was just a different vibe. It's not like how it is now. You can walk into a house party and hear EDM. It was
back
like
then times were a
hip-hop.
bit different.
Yeah.
And especially like where you get stationed at, maybe that area is not very like dance music friendly.
It's like,
and they want to hear more like Sweet Home. You know,
no, actually, you'd be surprised. It was like, that's actually where I kind of became in love with trap, because in the South, a lot of hip hop is the original trap, you know, that ATL trap. And that's where I started liking the breaks of trap and how the structures of the songs were, whether it has a vocalist on it or not. It's just instrumental. And that's like where I got really into like trap beats and stuff. So it kind of did like take a little part on like where I'm at now, because I would have never listened to that kind of music unless I lived over there.
Did you move around in that area of the country?
Yeah,
like,
I was like in Georgia for about
Okay.
a year, and then I did time in Tennessee, and then like I said, they would send us out to trainings to different states, so we were in and out of like Tennessee, Kentucky, you know. But yeah, it was like 40 miles out from Nashville, so I spent like most of my party life there, and it was a vibe. It's different. It's nothing like you hear over here.
Okay, so let me just try to paint like a week for you, like when you're stationed out there. So Monday through Friday, you do your shit, right?
Yeah.
And then come Friday night, you were just like at your base, like prepping, and then like you just had to go wherever like you were gonna go DJing. So like, damn. Honestly, that sounds pretty tight.
It's a vibe. I noticed a lot of people in
yeah.
the military are doing it now, you know, and I think it's really cool because it's super therapeutic too. So it's a nice little getaway from like what you do on your Monday through Friday job, you know?
I believe it. And with the Newmark controller, what kind of program was you running? Was that virtual DJ? Was that
at the time? I want to say I was using like the first Serato that ever came out or something.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I want to say it was that. I remember at some point using virtual DJ. I just don't remember when I transitioned to the Serato, but I know that I got into Serato after that. So that's where that took off for me after.
Do you like Serato?
I don't hate it. It's, you know, I'm just trying to figure out why it's so slow sometimes. But
okay. I see what you're saying.
But that's the only problem, because other than that, it does its job. And like, you know, the way you can create your crates is really organized. And I like that because you can make all those sub crates and like you can really, really, really organize your music a different way. So I kind of like that. And then it gives you, you know, some more features that maybe Rekordbox doesn't have. Rekordbox is more like standardized. You know, I just prep on there, and like I can do a lot on there too. But I feel like within Serato, if you want to do like more tricks and vinyl and stuff, like that would be more of a program for you.
And I think they make it less complicated than Rekordbox to like set everything up.
It's literally like dummy proof. Like you you cannot mess it up. You know.
Right. Now, you say when we did the questionnaire, you said Tractor.
Yes.
Was your DJ software. So how did it come to be that you're a fan of Tractor?
I actually was just introduced to Tractor. I was actually kind of upset about it because my school made me take like a whole Tractor course, and I was just like, why? I use Rekordbox, you know, like kind of bratty or whatever.
Right.
But dude, after that course, I was so enlightened. I was like, this program is amazing. I think it's by far the best DJing program there is, for sure. Because if you learn it and you learn what it can do, you know that it's the best one, because there's so many things you can do. I mean, you could literally like resample stuff on the go right there, and it's insane. So if you really just like become proficient at it, which I'm not even there, I still don't practice with it enough, but I do respect it because the class, it was a cool class. Like, it was enlightening. It was for sure way faster than Serato too. So whatever Serato says they got on Tractor, like Tractor's still faster. So it doesn't matter.
What do you think, Robert? Serato or Tractor, bro?
Yeah, I'm the total opposite of that. Serato all the way for me. Like, as much as I literally only hopped on Tractor to get that mixer.
No.
I seen that mixer, the Z2, when I was like, that was one of the first mixers that had the cue points on the actual battle mixer.
Yeah.
So I seen it and I was like, okay, I need that. And I thought initially when I got that, I can map it out to Serato. But like, that was only a thing that came out for like a year, and you needed to get the download thing for, and Yeah, so I couldn't. So I was like, fuck, I have to learn tractor now. And
I have to.
that's pretty much what happened. But like, I do like tractor a lot. I don't want to say a lot more, but I like all the features that it does already stock come with. Because with Serato, you could buy a bunch of expansion packs,
Yeah.
but it just costs hella money. And for tractor, you just need to buy tractor, bro.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
good.
You could fill your own samples in. I mean, the way you can sidechain the effects on it, like it's amazing. Like there's just so much more you can do than a standard set, you know.
And I think I like that it has its like better limiting configurations, because you could go into the settings inside of tractor and it just gives you so many more preferences for everything than Serato does.
Lay out your entire own, you know, DJ software. Like you can design it the way you want to. And then not only that, like live performing, you know, like not a lot of other DJ softwares provide that, where I could plug in my Ableton Push or whatever, and I can go right there on the go while I'm DJing with my Ableton Push on tractor.
Yeah.
So that's why I like it so much, because it gives you more for your set, your overall set. Now, is it easy to work? No, you go into tractor and you're like, everything's gray.
I was about
like,
to say that
there's
shit.
no colors on here.
Yeah, it just looks intimidating as fuck. It looks hella intimidating.
I understand what you said. But,
yeah, because it's like when you first see Ableton, you're like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, there's a bunch of columns. They're all gray. Nothing is color-coded.
colors are important.
Like, give me something, a sign.
FL Studio gives me like some colors, and all right, I can work with this. But Ableton just straight up looks like a fucking like spreadsheet. Like the design on Ableton doesn't look modern to me.
Yeah.
So that shit trips me up. Like I'm working on some old ass 1980s program.
It does give you that vibe.
I ain't trying to diss on Ableton, but like I just like the design layout, like the vibes that I get from it.
If it had green typing, I would totally like understand exactly that image you see in your head, because like, when I opened it, I was just like, all right, so how do I get to the part where I can lay out the song? Because we know for sure I'm not working in freaking columns today, you know?
Right,
and then, you know, tab, cool. Okay, cool. It's still all gray. Like, how do I assign things to my channels? And then you just see overall, it all kind of like goes together, you know? But yeah, that's how I felt about tractor too. When I first saw it, I was just like, it's all gray, just like Ableton. So I already knew, but you know what? There's so much you can actually assign colors. I learned that over time. You know, I was like, okay, you can make it colorful if you want to.
Hey, but knowing what you just said, it's pretty cool that you know all these several DJ programs, because if you ever go anywhere, at least you'll know if you ever have to hop on the set, whether it's Tractor, Serato, Rekordbox, like you're familiar with the software, and I feel that that's pretty advantageous, because you know, to know a lot more than just one certain software, like that's just amazing, you know, because especially like if you know Tractor, because to me, like I don't even know much like Tractor, but if you tell me like, oh yeah, there's a controller that runs Tractor, hop on it. Like I'll be able to like hop on it and like make it work. But in terms of like knowing all the features and being very like 100% knowing like the full potential of that program, like I'm not there with Tractor, or at least I'm not there with like at least any program. I just like get it by with whatever mixing program I'm getting. Yeah. And that's usually Rekordbox nowadays. But
I think if you look at them all overall, you know, like you've been DJing for a while, and now that you've like, you know, dipped into every program and you look at them all, overall, they all have the same idea. That's the way I saw it, and that's the way I didn't stress myself out over learning the different ones. You know, it's just Serato is really colorful, Tractor is not, Rekordbox is the one everyone knows, you know, and that's just kind of like how we base it. But at first I was like, shoot, I gotta learn all these, you know, like I can't even get the one. I can't even get my songs, you know, like the grid right or whatever, you know, and then overall, like you learn that they're actually all the same, and that you're just stressing yourself out because it's not the normal one you're looking at.
Okay, I see. When you were stationed, were you also doing music production, or was that after?
No, so I actually barely started production last December. That's when I got Ableton and everything. Yeah, and I did it for school because I had no idea. Like I said, it was just a gray sheet to me, and I had a piano because I was already taking piano lessons, but other than that, I just had my piano and a gray sheet, and I figured it out in the past year, pretty much. Less than a year. It hasn't even been a year yet. But I don't have it all figured out, you know.
Hey, so, you know, we all don't.
Yeah.
We're all just riding with the wind, and we're just making those mistakes and learning from them.
And nobody has it all figured out.
I know. That's what you learn over time.
That's what.
And we all, and at certain times, we all might think we do, just so you know, we're not feeling insecure. But
look at any music credit. There's not just one person. There's hella people. So not one person knows it all, bro.
Yeah,
not one person.
For sure. I mean, it's funny that you say that, because half of the people that I felt that I looked up to don't even produce their own music. They have 40 people tagged on one song, you know? And I think that's so insane because, you know, when you grow up in raves, your whole life, you're thinking like that person is designing all of this, you know? And reality.
I mean, sometimes it is that.
No,
though.
sometimes it is. But as I'm in it now and I'm learning more and I'm starting to discover more things and, you know, credits and stuff, you see that most of the time their name's not even on it, you know?
Right.
So that part's insane to me. It blows my mind still. But, you know, it's cool. Like, however people want to do it. I think working in groups is great. Everyone should have a group because you'll thrive way faster, you know, having a team. But doing it yourself, like, I feel like it's so rewarding, even if it's just, you know, something that maybe, like, you're not even sure people are going to love, but you love it because you're like, I created this.
Yeah,
know?
for sure. It's definitely rewarding.
Yeah.
And then when you're collaborating when you can, it's just another different type of enjoyment and reward as well.
Oh, yeah. I know. I'm working on a couple collaborations right now, and it's actually really challenging for a new producer, I feel like. You know, like bouncing stems was not something that came naturally. I was really annoying at first with that. And people were like, can you unlock all the stems that you sent me? And I'm like, they're locked. And they're like, hey, you didn't group them. You know, like I'm still learning so much, like as far as like collaborating and stuff with people.
Right.
So yeah, it's all new territory to me still, but it's coming along.
All right.
I think when people tell you that though, it's also their preference. That's why they're asking you. Because they don't. You really don't need the groups and stuff like that. You just need stems.
I don't group them, but I know it's easier. It's more organized.
Yeah, for some people.
Everyone's different.
Yeah.
That's what I'm learning, you know. And I like it because it's challenging for me and it helps me learn to work with different people and different vibes and stuff. So
I feel it.
I mean, I don't mind it. I'm just like, okay, I'll go back and do it again. Sorry. My bad.
Sorry, my bad. You're too modest. You gotta be like, nah, fuck that. I'm not grouping this shit. This is how you're getting it.
Figure it
Served
out.
on the plate, hot and ready. Here you go. Here's the stems. Fuck it, they're locked. Hey, go on YouTube. How to unlock a fucking lock. Run that shit.
You don't even need stems. Just chop up the audio. Make the stems.
Man, hey, I don't think you're being picky.
Actually, you could. Talking about Serato, you could actually go into Serato now, import a track, and they'll give you the stems.
You know, that's sick. I actually respect that. And honestly, that has to be really new because I don't remember that being a thing like a little bit ago.
It literally came out within the last year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I just got done like studying Serato and I don't remember that being a thing.
Yeah.
That's dope though. Because what you can do with stems is recreate the whole song on the fly. Like,
yeah.
That's dope. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1 point for Serato right now. Tractor's at 2 still though.
Hey, real quick though, for those who are watching and listening, let us know in the comments what DJ software you guys fuck with the most. Is it Rekordbox? Is it Serato, Tractor, Windows Movie Maker? Like, let us know in the comments, all right? So Sam, so it's only been a couple months since you've been producing then.
Yeah, dude. I spend all day sitting there trying to figure it out.
How's the process been for you? Like, how's it like?
It's good.
What are some of the pet peeves that you find like when you're producing that you know like, oh fuck, it's this part of this process that like it could be frustrating, but I just gotta get over with. Like I gotta get because I feel like I have those situations sometimes too when I'm producing. Like there's a fun time like, oh yeah, it's going good, and then now there's just like the part where like, oh shit, like now it's like I gotta like tame this shit or I gotta like get in there and like really like situate the situation.
Yeah.
So, like,
no, I think the hardest part for production for me personally was figuring out what I was going to produce because I thought I was going to produce like a bunch of like heavy bangers and I'm learning now that it's more of like melodic soft trap beats with a heavy 808. So that's kind of like was the hard part for me was figuring out my style. But now that my style is there and I have, you know, like all those patches that I like to use on the regular, like that's kind of like what's being created, you know? So it's really like soft melodic trap music, but it does have like some drops and stuff. So, I mean, I like it. It's my vibe, but would I perform it maybe in a club setting? Probably not, just because of, you know, it might not be like ideal for a club setting. Unless it's like an underground event, then maybe I would throw some out there. But yeah, it's definitely like, it's a low tempo kind of vibe. So,
you know, Robert had brought up a particular set from Lowen last show, and he was saying that, you know what, this particular set is honestly a little bit more because of the track selection too. Like this set is more designed more for like a festival. Or like of more of a big concert of sort, and I know after that I was like, you know what, I agree with you. Like that does make sense because like, you know, sometimes like depending on what you make and what you like to make, it may not be fit for like a club setting. Like it may be more for something like where you know you may need a bunch of more people to be able to express that type of energy and feel like with big visuals and all that stuff.
Exactly,
because that's how you really really exercise the full potential of your vision.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I think that's true. And I feel like sometimes some tracks that I make, as well. Some records I feel like, all right, this some club shit, and then there's some tracks where I'm like, oh yeah, this is some festival shit.
Yeah.
Like this shit is gonna hella hit on a festival. Like it'll hit in a club, but at a festival, like for sure, like with the sound system and like the people's energy, like just wanting to go all out, like this shit's gonna hit at a festival. So yeah, I definitely feel like whatever it is that you make, you know, there's gonna have that sort of like texture of like, oh yeah, is this more for like club setting or is it more for like a personal in-person like boiler room type shit or festival? So when you make music, when you're making music right now, it's just more like you're going in there with like a free mind, like just kind of open thoughts, or do you kind of have like a creative plan? Like, oh, like I want to go, because you mentioned like, oh, like yeah, I wanted to go into like this heavy bass, but I got a little bit more like this like melodic trap style. And is that more of like the direction you're trying to push?
Yeah. So when I first started, I didn't really have like a direction, you know. I was just like discovering my sound.
Okay.
But I knew for sure I love all the 808 kicks, you know. Like I could go through 808 kicks for hours, you know.
That shit's a vibe. That shit's a date.
It is, yeah. It's
hey,
addicting.
Babe, you want to come to my house and you want to go through 808 kicks? Hell yeah, babe, let's do it. This is my favorite kick. Hey, babe, this is your favorite kick, huh? Hell yeah, the Lex Luger. What is it? The Lex Luger 808 kick. Yep. That's just, hey, fuck it, that's a date.
All the names too. Just it has like a name and then 808 after it. This is this 808, and I'm like, I like all of them. So that's how it all started. And then once I started making more of my own serum patches and adjusting stuff like that, I kind of just like started filling in the structure, you know.
Okay.
And then sometimes it goes based off vocals. Like I have an app on my phone, and if I have like a random idea in my head, I'll record like, you know, something that like a phrase before a drop or something, and then I'll like kind of base it off that phrase, and I'll build off like what the vibe is or the tension is of the phrase. But it's different every time. Sometimes I start with a melody. Sometimes I start with drums. Sometimes
I was about to ask you that. Yeah, do you start off in the intro? You start off with the drum or the drop first? Like, because with me it's different. It's different every time. Like there'll be a session where like, all right, we're gonna just do the drop. Fuck, let's just get it over with. We're gonna do the drop. And then sometimes I'm just like, nah, like I got these vocals right here.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I got a nice little intro I want to do. Like, and I just start with the intro, and then I feel like the intro that I do has an influence on like what kind of drop. So I feel like a lot of times I do like doing the sessions where I do the drop first, because like there's no influence. It's just like I just got the drop going on, and that's interesting that, you know, every session that you go in is not necessarily like a system in place. It's just like, oh, whatever I'm feeling, like whether if it's the drums or the melodies or whatever it is, however I'm feeling, like it's just whatever it's gonna be that day.
Yeah. I mean, I know what you mean by saying start with the drop, because I did do that for a while. I caught myself like wanting to start with the drop just to kind of get lit about the song and catch the vibe of the song and where it's gonna go. So I have done that. That's actually something like if I'm in the mood to do a drop, sometimes I just build the drop and then I don't come back to the rest of the song for like ever. And I'm like, hey, go back to that song that has a drop already.
True,
you know?
true. And then just build around it.
Yeah, and just build around it. So I do like that. But phrases are cool too, because you could catch the vibe of the song, you know, like is it sad? Is it happy? Is it uplifting? Is it, you know, a lit song? And then you can be like, okay, like I'm inspired. Like it's a sad song. So then like how would I want my intro to be? I want it to be dramatic, you know, and then that's just kind of like how I branch all my bubbles, you know, and then before you know it, there's a structure going on, and all I'm doing is filling in the holes with the, you know, fillers and stuff.
Mm-hmm. True. Now, when can we expect some music coming out from you?
I know. I have one finished song, 2 collaborations that are almost finished, and I'm looking to do one more collab, but I actually don't want to drop any music until I can give a whole EP at once.
Oh, okay. So we're going to get an EP right off the bat.
There's going to be an EP. It's in the making, and there's some really good collaborations on it. I'm super, super stoked about.
Are you able to tell us? Or is
the
it
collaborations?
Or is it a little secret?
Yeah, so I have one with Donnie. You know Donnie.
Oh, Faye?
Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
shit.
So
Shout out Donnie.
I got him and I working on one. And then my friend Raven. I'm not sure if you've met Raven yet. He's part of the Polar Nights team, though.
Is that his name or like DJ name?
Yeah,
Raven?
it's his DJ name.
I don't think I do. No.
Dude, he's sick. You must follow because he does hella live performances too, and he's just all around a great artist. But yeah, we have a song that we've been working on. That one's actually almost finished. We're just both super busy with. I'm in school, and he actually owns a restaurant, so it's like just crazy busy. But that one's almost done. And then I have about like 3 or 4 more whips, depending if I want to hand one out to somebody for another collaboration.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
But it's coming along. I'm hoping by to answer your question, I was gonna drop a song by my birthday in July, but I totally backed out and didn't. I don't know if you've done that, like where you're like, I don't know, but
I've gone straight.
You just drop them.
Yeah, no, well, I take like when I schedule songs, I sometimes schedule them like a month or two in advance.
Yeah.
So because like the way I do my releases, like I put time into like making a campaign and putting promo into it. So like I have to already have that like out the way like a month ahead. So I'm pretty much set. Like I don't think I've ever had a situation where like I was gonna do a release like, oh yeah, like
take yourself back to your first song.
Yeah. First song was the.
How did that drop go?
It was on a label.
Oh really?
Yeah,
That's sick.
So I was excited. Yeah, my first track was on a label. Dude, hey, shout out Ultimate Trap for believing in me. Yeah, shout out to Ultimate Trap. Yeah, so my first release, fortunately, it was on a label.
That's so sick.
And like that's honestly like a great blessing to any artist like starting off on a project.
Hell yeah.
Like right off the bat, and I got a lot of exposure, and I think from there, like I've always just been very confident. Oh yeah, we're doing this on this release.
Yeah.
And, luckily, I haven't been in that situation where like I wasn't feeling like that. Like, 'cause I feel like with every release that I've already scheduled, I'm like, yeah, like we're just gonna go with it. Like this is it. Like
you just have to commit.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps telling me that too.
I feel like that's the case, what you just said, but only with Husky, because you've had other projects and you've self-released before, and like. I don't want to say you've ever backed out of it, everything, but like, how do you feel like when you were, let's say, a Litzer before you were Husky, or like, your other aliases? What happened with those? Like, take us through that process.
Oh, well.
Of releasing with them as that artist,
As
or
those aliases, right?
As those aliases, yeah.
So I know for a fact the Lister one, it was more of like someone hitting me up, they had a bigger following, and they were like, hey, you know what? Like, I got the legal shit to it. So, like, it'd be cool if you just, like, change your name. And I don't want to, like, do, like, a whole, like, legal shit. I was like, oh, Sam, so I have to change my name then. And then another time, I just changed it because SoundCloud was just, like, my only form of, like, people to check out my mixes and like, music was in SoundCloud. And they deleted my shit for some reason. I think it was on some copyright shit. And I wanted to just start fresh. I was like, you know what? Like, I don't think this shit was, like, really, like... I don't think I wanted to go with this name, like, after all. And it was already a name that I feel like a lot of people already have on SoundCloud. I kind of felt like Husky was, like, a bit more of a name that was a bit more not as popular to use. And I don't know, just...
outside the box, for
outside
sure.
the box. And I feel like it was just more of my personality. I was looking up spirit animals one night, and I feel like the spirit animal of a Husky, like, a lot of its traits were just, like, very on par with, like, who I am as a person and my personality. Dope. And... I think my vision just kind of makes it easier, just like for me to be Husky, and
I feel like it totally goes with you. Yeah, it's a vibe. I didn't even know you had like another name before that.
I think the first one was like first one like on some OG shit like Electrics. Yeah, it was like when I was doing YouTube videos and like actually like shuffling on some DJ Blend wannabe shit. Yeah, Electrics. Then it was Twitch. Then after that it was like Koala. Then it was Litster. And then
you were just all kinds of DJs.
Yeah, I was going through like a midlife crisis. Yeah,
that's dope. I like that.
I was going to college, and like like when you're 19, 20, you're kind of just like fucking thinking about a lot of shit, and I just feel like at the end of the day, I was like, what sounds better? What sounds more marketable? What sounds more like something that just runs off the tongue real better? Litster, Husky. All right, babe, we're just gonna go with Husky. And then yeah, it's just kind of more the other thing too. Like there was another person with that name, and like. He was just kind of like giving me shit like, hey, just change your, I already have like this following. I got the whole like, I bought the rights to the name and shit. And, I was young. I wasn't really trying to like get into some like legal shit. So I was like, you know what? Like, have the fucking name, bro.
Not the first time I've changed it.
I'm gonna be Husky. Yeah, I'm gonna be Husky. Fuck it. So yeah. Good question though. Good question. Yeah, good question.
But yeah, so I think that like overall though, like for your first track, like for me personally, it's my baby, and I'm scared that the world might not love my baby as much as I love it. Too. Yeah, I think that's just the feeling because I have it, it's ready, but I'm just not ready.
I definitely feel that because I'm the same way sometimes. Like I should have released so much more music than I have, but the date comes, I'm like, nah.
You're
this
like, it's
isn't
not supposed
it.
to be today.
Yeah, like there should be more build up. There should be more something. So this just ain't it right now.
Dude, and that's what I thought too. I was like, I cannot go back and readjust the song anymore, because it's just, I think the thing is the vibe. I wanted it to be like a lit song that could be dropped like in clubs or,
Got
like
you.
heavy bass music.
Yeah.
And it's just not even in the ballpark,
Okay.
But I think that's where my blockage is coming from releasing it, because I think I wanted my first song that I released to be like a banger.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, but it's just producer battles.
That comes with time, though. Like,
Yeah,
I think
I
that really
figured.
comes with, because I'm the same. When I first made my first track, I was like, this isn't that banger that I listened to with all these other tracks, but like, I still
You're like,
made
everyone's gonna
it.
think I'm sad. Like, it's just like, it's a different vibe, but it's good. I like it still. Like, it hits at the right time. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I randomly do play it in some of my sets, but I don't announce it or anything. I kind of just like see how the crowd reacts or something, or how people around me are reacting.
Hey, do you do that just because you don't want to put people like in a biased situation and be like, oh, like, yeah, like Sammy just said that's her track, so I'm gonna just try to be like.
It's exactly what I do.
support.
Because I get the true, honest feeling that they're feeling when they're listening to it, rather than them knowing that I made it. I know.
Well, Sammy, are you ready for our next segment?
Okay.
Are you ready for EDM Confessions?
EDM Confessions. Okay. That sounds fun.
On top of that speaker right there are some questions for you to ask me, and then I have some questions over here for me to ask you.
Okay.
So, EDM Confessions is pretty much a card game that we do here on the Spotlight podcast here at Lose the Tempo. Puts you in different scenarios, asks you different questions. It's all related to dance music, all related to maybe like festivals, raves. It's all similar.
Okay.
And you don't have to like ask these questions in any order. Whatever question you want to go with first, it's all on you.
Okay.
So those questions are gonna be for you to ask me. So I could go ahead and start off this EDM confession. So let's see. Let me go through these cards.
I know. I was like, I don't even know who wrote these.
Yeah, if you want to take some time, read that, and also too, for those that are still tuned in, thank you guys for watching all the way through this video. We still got some more. We got EDM Confessions coming up. Shout out Sammi Wild for coming through at Sammi.Wild. Make sure to follow
Sammy
her.
Dot.
Yeah, Sammi
Nice
Dot, because the
follow.
other person took that shit, and low key, like, you need to hand it over to her. Honestly.
It's my real name.
Really?
Yeah, Samantha Ray Wild.
Oh, okay.
So I just shortened it, Sammi Wild.
Sammi Wild. All right, bet.
everyone
I did not
has
know
it.
that. Wow. All right, cool. I was about to ask you too. Like,
Yeah.
how did you get your name? Like,
Yeah,
Wild.
that's my name.
Because your shit's wild, huh?
Yeah, in the army, my name was just Wild. So, and whatever rank I was at that time.
Oh, so you're like wild.
Yeah.
All right.
The fact that your last
shit.
name was Wild and then you told me you were in combatants, it just all makes
Oh.
sense, bro. It just all makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. It went far. The name is doing well. The name is going far.
All right, here we go. I want to
Okay.
start off with this one just because I'm curious. You're in charge of the lineup and can only book 3 DJs.
Ooh.
Who are you booking?
A-Track.
Oh,
But
okay.
A-Track vinyl, okay? I don't
A-Track
want...
vinyl?
Sorry, A-Track. I
Not
love you so
A-Track,
much.
Area 15. It was still a good performance, A-Track. Don't get it twisted. We enjoyed that shit. We just
A-Track
wanted to
for
see more
sure.
we wanted to see more scratching, bro. But
I know.
We know the Serato CPU was fucking up on that night. We recognize
The
it.
Serato CPU.
Like we know, bro.
I would say Alice in Wonderland because that's my girl. I love her.
Alright.
I love how she gets on stage with the cello and she gives live performances now and she's singing. So that I just love her overall like image. And then I would say for a third, let's name someone new I've been listening
A-Track
to.
Vinyl, Alice in Wonderland Live.
I would have to say if I could bring him back from the dead, DJ AM.
Oh, damn. Much respect to that, Sammy.
So he can hit the Wonderwall real quick.
The Wonderwall routine. Oh, my God, dude.
That would be sick though, just because, like I didn't really get to experience
I was not
it.
expecting that. I was not. That honestly, much respect. And rest in peace, DJ AM.
Yes.
Because honestly, that's a legend in the turntable game, for sure. Fucking legend. And honestly, that's...
I feel like
That's
the opening
crazy.
for DJing too, to be honest, and make it, you know, more performance wise, because I feel like a lot of people didn't view DJs as, you know, like performers or musicians. And, you know, like when he started doing all those celebrity parties and everything, celebrities started seeing that it is a skill, you know, and it's not something that people are just going behind and playing music, shuffling an iPod or
like
whatever,
not just anyone can go up here and do this shit. Like
Yeah.
this is a certain art.
Yeah. So I thought he would be cool. I actually just did a lot of research on him, so that's why I'm really like inspired by him right now. But
Bring
yeah.
that beat back,
That shit
man. Dude, those Prince where he's in Vegas at his residency, just doing the routines.
Dude.
Shit. Actually, speaking of DJ AM, that you brought that up, like when I was trying to get into raves, like I was like trying to just like fantasize about like how it would look like to be in a club or like in a show setting. I remember seeing like a video of DJ AM doing those routines, and I'm like, damn, like I can't wait to be like a part of that crowd, like seeing a performance like this. And,
Yeah.
Oh shit! Much respect to your answer. I never thought you'd
Thank
say
you.
DJ AM, to be honest.
If you go on,
that's like it's a throwback. Like you know your shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you go on Netflix, I believe there's like a whole documentary on his entire life.
What's the name of the documentary?
Honestly, I don't know the name of it, to be honest, but I know it's on Netflix. I know that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
It's on Netflix, and that's what kind of sparked my interest with him too, you know, because I completely forgot about him. And I was in the barbershop one day and I was just like, oh shit, we're watching this. And it was so dope because you really got to see like his entire life, you know? So yeah, highly recommended. Did you get the name of it?
I did get the name of it. It's called As I Am.
As I Am.
As I Am?
There we go.
All right, on Netflix.
Yes.
Go check that out. I would definitely I'm going to watch it. I didn't even know there was a documentary like that.
So good.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah. All right, well, go ahead and ask me a
Okay.
question. It's my turn.
Which EDM track have you cried to?
Damn. Move for me. Cascade and Dead Mouse.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
always
Move For Me.
Cascade.
So it's on some Cascade shit.
Cascade be coming for your soul.
And honestly, like when you cry to Cascade, it feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Cause sometimes, when you cry, like you know, most parts, like you're not really feeling good. Like you're crying because some shit happened, some bad vibes, like you know, some bullshit happened. Like you don't feel good when you cry a lot. But when you're crying to Cascade, it's like a yes. Like,
Yeah.
You're like yes, this is Cascade. I'm crying. There's some lenient shit. Like,
It's like an accomplishment almost. Like, yes.
Why is that though?
there's like a high state of euphoria. Like yes.
If you want to cry, that's where you want to cry at a Cascade
Yeah, for sure.
set, bro.
100%. That's a good answer. I like that answer.
Like I feel like you look around to your left and right at a Cascade show. Like I just feel like you're not gonna be disappointed to see like teary eyes or anything like that. Like you're gonna see that shit. Like,
Have you ever been to one of his sun-soaked events out by the beach? I believe it's by Seal Beach that
I
he
haven't.
said.
Nah, Seal Beach.
I believe
That's where we
so.
went after prom, right? Yeah.
prom.
Shit. That was fucking crazy.
He used to have like an event called Sun-Soaked. Don't quote me on the beach though. But yeah, that's an amazing experience too. And the tickets always sell out in like the first day. Like the pre-sales
Oh,
go,
shit,
and then
okay.
as soon as he releases tickets, wiped out. Like you can't even get it after like 10 minutes. It's insane.
I gotta see Cascade
Yeah,
before I die.
I think I'm overdue for sure.
Is he playing EDC?
I'm sure.
I don't know,
I'm
I
sure
don't know
he's
my
on
ticket
one
for
of
EDC.
those
I don't know if I'll
days.
say that. I gotta go see Cascade though, but yeah, that's the track that I would cry to for
Hell
sure.
yeah, I
Move for
feel
me, Cascade and Dead Mouse. And for all my veterans that are watching, listen, y'all know the track. I mean, Move for me. But yeah, let me ask you the next question.
All right.
All right, Sammy, what must you have at a festival?
Ooh.
Give me like 4 things you
4
must have at a
things?
festival. Yeah.
4 things I must have. My lipstick.
Necessities.
My
lipstick.
lipstick.
All right, lipstick.
What else? I don't know. I actually always bring baby wipes just because I feel
Okay.
like, you know, people are ratchet and do
Okay,
other things
facts.
with things in the bathroom.
Yeah, you know, that's very smart. I got dude wipes. Yeah.
Dude wipes.
Yeah,
I've
it's
heard
called
of
dude
those.
wipes. Yeah, that shit's pretty cool.
Very well known in the
Mint.
military.
Mint.
Let's see what else. Lipstick, baby wipes, water, like a Camelback for
Okay,
sure.
Camelback,
Yeah.
all right. And
I would
one
say
more
water
thing.
source for sure.
All right.
And then I always bring a sweater because even if it's like EDC in June or May or whatever month they want to have it now, I need a sweater. It gets cold at some point.
I think the last EDC that I went, that was the first EDC out of the 5 EDCs I've gone prior, where it was fucking.
I heard that one was
It
rough.
was rough.
Yeah.
Like no one was prepared for that shit because it started at 5, 6, 7 p.m. People were getting in, and like you would think that it's not gonna get cold. Like it's hot. I'm sweating 99, 102. It's hot. And then like once it comes like 11 p.m., 12, this shit starts getting windy, and now some like humid like hot wind. It's like really like breezing winds.
Wasn't it Cascade's set that like flew away and he couldn't even perform because the stage was on fire or something because of the wind?
Shit, I don't even
I'm
remember.
pretty sure that went down at that EDC and he was.
But I
really
just remember I
upset.
had to keep drinking alcohol that night to stay warm. Like, I remember the homie was like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna get you another alcohol, bro." And I'm just like, "Fuck, dude, I'm about to black out." But honestly, I'm cold as shit, so I'd rather be blacked out warm than sober cold right now. I'm gonna just be so just fuck it, run that double shot, run
The
it.
survival choices you have to make at raves.
Yeah. I mean, I was not prepared. I had like a windbreaker. I thought that was gonna work, but nah, that shit did not do shit.
No.
And then once 6 a.m., 7 a.m. came through, it was starting to get a little hot. I'm like, God damn, I hate this fucking Las Vegas weather.
That's so insane though, because it's never been like that. I feel like that was the first year that was rough for everybody.
Right.
Usually it's rough because it's hot, but it doesn't get
Yeah.
cold or windy or anything like that.
Like, I'm going to hard summer tomorrow, and it's just like, fuck, that's just gonna be hot, but I'll be ready.
Yeah, we literally got rid of our tickets because we realized it was gonna be hot.
Shit. You know what? I think that might be the case too, because Robert and I were talking about like, why are people selling their hard summer tickets like
it's
last
hot.
minute? And I'm just feeling like, you know what? I think people just think it's gonna be hot, and I don't think that ever been the case for me, because like I've been to EDC Las Vegas, so I'm just like, fuck it, like if it's gonna be hot, like
Yeah.
I'm used to it. It's some EDC Las Vegas shit, but I mean I'm actually even having like a little like pregame at my house like at 11,
Oh, hell
12
yeah.
and shit. So it's like
It's gonna be fun.
I'm ready to go, so I don't give a fuck.
So you could get more warm before you go.
yeah,
and be warm.
exactly. Facts. But all right, cool. So
My turn?
Yeah, your turn.
Let's see, light show or headbang?
Let's go with light show. And light show or headbang, that's our edition of truth or dare. Light show being truth, headbang being dare. So you can ask me a question.
I got
And
you.
and then I'll just answer it to
Any
my honest-
question?
Yeah. I mean anything. It's like light show or headbang. Light show's truth.
I don't know.
Nah, it don't matter. Maybe you want to take a sip of your beer, like take a pause while you drink that. I just want to remind all of our watchers and listeners to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 38 here with my special guest Sammi Wild. Make sure to follow us on SoundCloud as well. Follow us on our social media at Lucid Temple. Make sure to follow my partner Zion Don at Zion Don _ and my special guest here at Sammi.Wild.
Sammi.Wild.
With an I though, with an I. Let's get that known.
Oh yeah, with an I too. You know, it's funny. My whole life I went with it with a Y, and then when I decided to DJ, I was like, "This is the time." Change it to an I.
Right, because your first name's Samantha.
Yeah,
right. So
Samantha.
it really is your choice
It
to
doesn't
make
matter.
it I.
Yeah, I feel like you go either way. But my
Right.
family's always used Y, like Sammy with a Y.
I know,
don't
but the I is buzzing.
Yeah.
It should be buzzing.
Yeah, I feel like logo wise, it just looks better.
Right. It's just all right. That's creative. That's different.
Yeah.
Right,
You know
right.
what? It all looks like one, you know, because I feel like the Y dropped. I don't know. I'm that picky.
No, I get what you're saying.
That's how
yeah.
picky I am with my decisions.
no. You gotta be picky. That's what makes you the artist. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
It's just
true.
that.
That's true.
Yeah. No worries.
But yeah, so you still want me to ask you a truth question?
Yeah. Just, whatever question that pops off your head, like it could be anything related to like something about me, something about like I don't know, like.
What is your favorite rave to go to?
Oh my. Okay, that's a good question.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on.
I had to drink to that one. I think. All right, I have conflict, cause I honestly do enjoy hard summer. So it's like hard summer or EDC Las Vegas. But when I put those two together, like honestly, it's no debate. EDC Las Vegas.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
EDC.
But the thing that's so special to me about hard summer is that EDC Las Vegas really books dance music artists, like hella electronic music artists,
Yeah.
like banger music
All
type
kinds,
artists.
trance,
But
everything.
hard summer, like because EDC Las Vegas, they don't get artists like K Tronada.
Oh,
They don't get like those type of like in. I don't want to.
I totally know what you mean. I know
But,
what
but
you
like you know,
mean.
it just has a much more diverse branch of artists that they
Yeah.
bring in at Hard Summer. Because I'm not. For me, like you know, the music that I make, some people would assume like, oh yeah, like this guy just likes to hear drops, or this guy is really into like trap, dubstep,
Yeah.
and drum and bass and bass house. But I really like all types of electronic music, and like I'm a big fan of K Tronada and other artists too that fit in that lane. And that's why I like Hard Summer, and I like attending to those. So I like being around other people
Yeah.
that have that same interest in that artist that
Yeah.
you might not see it in Vegas or in in Las Vegas.
EDC,
And it's
yeah.
crazy because they're both the same company, right? It's Insomniac.
It's different though because
but it's a different vibe,
yeah,
right?
the vibe is different. The variety of artists is different, and I think that like spikes your interest more, you know. So I agree. I don't know. I was gonna ask you if you've been to Coachella because Coachella is my favorite festival.
Oh, is it?
Hands down. I love EDC, but Coachella is like what you just described, but 3 days worth camping with a bunch of like humble people that have.
It's just everything now at Coachella. Like,
oh my gosh! Literally, I've discovered so many artists at Coachella, like from underground to like Billie Eilish. You know, I would have never listened to her until I saw her at Coachella. Like, you know, like it's just like those kinds of people. You know, like who did I see? That girl Sophie, the one that
they had the Walmart
Sophie,
yodeling kid. I mean,
dude,
they get it all.
Dude, you know, they got food, tacos. They have vegan food.
They're gonna have Milk Boys next year.
Beer gardens.
I'm fucking calling it. Trust.
It's amazing though. It is. It's an experience, and the way they have it, you know, from like all the indie artists, you know, to EDM artists. Keizo played there a couple of years ago, and oh my god, that shit was insane. You know, so I mean, it's cool. It's exactly what you described, but 3 days worth. You know?
Yeah, facts. And honestly. It is a much more bigger scale than it is to Hard Summer, honestly, because it's not just because they do it's everything, honestly, hip hop, country, pop, it's a whole buffet, a whole buffet.
So I also think like Coachella is a way bigger thing because people go there to literally like perform their biggest sets. Like Kanye, he went there to perform his what was it, Jesus is King
I was there that year
actually.
That was the year he played on 420, I believe.
So like I think that's why Coachella is just like that festival because people...
Bro, they brought Tupac back.
Kid Cudi.
They had a hologram Tupac. They launched. I was at home. I couldn't go to Coachella, but they had the hologram Tupac. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
So
Snoop Dogg real life interacting with this hologram Tupac right now.
Everyone must be at Coachella. If you haven't been to Coachella, go to Coachella.
I gotta make that. It's on my bucket list. I have not been to Coachella, but I think I need to experience it at least once.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. No, once you go, you're gonna just want to go every year. It's amazing.
Got you.
Okay. Your question or my question?
I think it's my turn. This is my last question. You just discovered the rave scene and have been adopted into a rave family. What is your raver name?
When that happened in real life, they called me Sam Bam.
Sam Bam?
Yeah.
Sam Bam. That's your rave name. Sam Bam.
Yeah, Sam Bam's my rave name. A lot of people actually know me by that name before they knew Sammi Wild.
All right. Do you still see people calling you Sam Bam?
Yes, all the time. All the time. Even when I was in high school, it was like a thing because, you know, that's when I started raving was high school. So,
all right.
Yeah, Sam Bam was it? I actually just changed my Twitter name because it was still Sam Bam.
Oh, was it?
Like, I should change this to Sammi Wild now.
Damn.
It's like an underground Twitter.
Repping it. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Right. And then I think you just have one more question.
Yeah. If you had to change your name and rebrand, that's so funny that I got this question because we just like went through all your past names. What would it be though? If you had to change from Husky, what would I call you?
I fucking hate this question, bro. I hate this question, dude, because I gotta think about it. Because like, it's rebranding is not simple.
Oh, it's serious business.
It's like serious business. Like you literally gotta like sit down and be like, all right, we're gonna go with this shit. This is what we're going with. You gotta say it off your tongue a couple times. Make sure it sounds right.
Do a couple polls on Instagram. What do you guys think?
Hey guys, asking for a friend. What name is better? I do not know this friend either. Like it's just a random ass friend. But if I had to rebrand. Blackout.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, Blackout.
I like that.
Have you seen Blackout?
Nah, it fits you, bro. It fits you perfectly.
Yeah, and it's not Le Blackout. Blackout.
Hey,
But
shout out to Blackout. Hey, big
For those who
facts,
don't
bro.
know, that's like on some SoundCloud OG shit. Yeah, shout out to Blackout. Like, do your thrash electro, like in 09, 2010, like when groups were still a thing in SoundCloud, bro. Like, your shit was popping, bro. Hey, moment of silence for Le Blackout. 3. Shout out to Blackout, bro. Like, I just had to put it in there. Like, hey, you're right though. Big shout out to the Blackout. But yeah, I would call myself Blackout.
I like that. That's a good name.
Yeah, Blackout.
At first, I thought you said Black Ops, and I was like, oh, okay.
Black
And
Ops.
then-
Black Ops. Third Prestige.
And I realized you were saying out.
myself
That'd be hard
AC-130.
to market yourself if your name was Black Ops.
Yeah, I think
like,
so too. I was
Black
like,
Ops. Yeah, bro. Hey, we got Black Ops. Oh shit, bro. They got the controllers there already. Do I need to bring my controller? Nah, bro. We're having Black Ops. Yeah, bro. No shit. Am I bringing my controller or what's the deal? We're doing LAN or what the fuck?
They're just gonna set up a screen for everybody to just come play and play and shit.
Here's my track EC130.
All the visuals.
It's just Call of Duty montage.
Yeah, just a bunch of scenes from Call of Duty.
Yeah, Blackout. Fuck it. I want to be Blackout. All black. I'm wearing all black.
A mask and everything.
Yeah, I'm wearing just all black. Like just a whole black freaking like suit. Like a ninja.
Do it.
Like one of those ninjas and shit.
I feel like we need more ninjas.
More ninjas. Shit. But yeah, that's it. That's
Cool.
EDM Confessions. Yeah, how'd you feel about that segment?
You know, I was stressed at first, but now I'm feeling pretty good.
what made you stressed about it?
Questions.
All the questions? You had to like really think about it, and you're just like,
I thought I was gonna have to, but all the questions came pretty naturally, so
Right.
we're good.
I think people hear the word confessions and they freak out a little. They're like, "Oh my
Dude,
god,
for
what are my
real though, I was
confessions?"
like,
Oh shit.
confessions? Hold on, Husky, we didn't talk about this.
I think the last guest that we had, he was like, you know what, like, give me some other shit. I thought these were confession shit. Like, all right, bet. All right, spice it up then. Who's your least favorite DJ? Just shit.
Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
Exactly. Who's your least favorite DJ, bro? Say it with your chest. Who's your least favorite DJ, Sammy?
Ooh.
Yeah, you gotta answer that. I'm just fucking
What
with
if I
you.
really do though?
Bonus question though.
I'm just kidding. No, I don't have a least favorite. To be honest, I feel like everyone is unique in like their own little way, you know?
Okay.
Even if you're like not where you know, I feel like others are at, like you still have potential because you're working at it every day. So there's no least favorite DJ.
Okay.
If you're DJing and you're learning the craft and you're putting your time and you're hard working and your emotions, you're a DJ and you're good to go.
I like that answer.
Thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, well, I'm glad we conquered that shit because I was stressed. You know,
Yeah,
that should
I
be stressing
feel-
me too. So
I feel really relieved.
Even confessions come like, damn, Robert low-key be putting me on some questions. He knows I'll be on that bullshit, and I'm just like, fuck, you know what?
I thought you wrote these questions. I was like, that's
No, well,
so
some questions I
unfair.
wrote, some questions Robert wrote, but ultimately, whatever are chosen, I don't know. So it could be questions that I wrote, or it could be just questions that
Okay,
either
okay.
Robert
I like that.
wrote. So yeah, I don't try to like pick out my shit. I just like to go.
I know. I
with
was
the
like, he
flow.
knows all the questions I'm about to ask him, but I guess he didn't. So that makes me feel even better.
I let you guys talk for a little, and then I'm like, okay, what questions should fit now? And then I'll separate the questions for you
Oh,
guys.
okay. I didn't even see you do that. See,
Out here.
I know, sneaky.
Sammy, we're at the end of episode 38
Hell yeah.
here at the Spotlight Podcast at Lose the Tempo, YouTube, SoundCloud. Before I end this recording, is there anything you want to say to the audience, your fans, our fans, any upcoming music releases that you haven't said already, or any show announcements that you haven't said anything?
Yeah,
Let us know what's going on.
I do have a couple show announcements. I put on my Instagram today. August 6th is going to be a house party, and it's completely free. And there's a bunch of dope DJs coming to just literally, it's like a mixed sesh party. And
All right, bet.
it's been in the making for a while. The link is in my bio on Sammi.wild and my Instagram. That one is called Summer Madness. And then I have another one. It's called something Saturdays. Excite Saturdays. My apologies. Excite Saturdays. I will be doing a back-to-back with Funky Punky. She's amazing. This is our third or fourth back-to-back already. And we have an exciting announcement at that show. And that one is August 14th. Link is also in bio.
We're in
for
a collab.
tickets.
Fucking A. Let's do it. That's fair. I don't even know.
It's going to be sick.
I don't even know.
I guess
Don't
you'll have to
quote me
go
on
find
it.
out.
Right? We're going to find out. Word. Okay. I'll be looking forward to that. I'm
Hell
gonna
yeah.
try to make it tomorrow. You said
August 6th is
August
the first
6th,
one. Yep.
August
So
6th
the
is the
next weekend. Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to Heart Summer. Why are you acting like you're going to go to my free show?
no. But that's what I was saying. Making sure, like, wait, is this Saturday? Because I'm
I'm
gonna be at Heart.
just
No, I'm going to Heart Summer. Like, no, I'm going to Heart
Hey,
Summer.
it's the next weekend.
Hey, Kate Tronada's playing. Like,
Kate
yeah,
Tronada.
like
Dude, Kate Tronada's so worth though. I've never seen Kate Tronada.
I've never seen
but
Kate Tronada, but
amazing work. I would die to see Kate Tronada.
and he's
So-
playing the 8, 7, 8, 9 p.m. slots. It's like at night.
It's
And
the
I
vibes.
know his vibe. I've seen live videos where he plays at 9. Like I just know like the energy. I'm just ready
Dude,
for that energy.
he's just vibes all around. Like his mixing to his production.
because it's not
everything
heavy
is
drop
perfect.
shit. It's just like vibing, like
Straight vibes.
dope, like
Yeah.
house electronic music, and he does a lot of like dope collaborations with other like,
Yes.
rappers too.
Yeah.
Like he collaborated with the internet. Like he
Mhm.
has a bunch of records and shit. So it's like
Dude.
I like that diversity. After hearing like straight just like drops, and then like
Yes.
you know.
Oh
what I'm
no,
talking
yeah, you're
about.
gonna be in all your vibes tomorrow. So Catronata is definitely it. But yeah, no, it's not till the next weekend. So if you want to go, let me know.
Got you. Yeah, I got the show happening on Thursday. I'm pretty sure we're gonna do recording sometime around there. And then like that's happening at night, right? Or is that during the day?
Yeah, no, it's nighttime. It's
Okay, yeah.
nighttime.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to make it out.
Dope. Yay.
Yeah, but all right, well, awesome. Is there anything that you wanna say before we end this recording, Robert?
Just thank you for coming out and keep dropping dope ass sets.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to your to some Sammi Wild music coming soon though. Really excited for that.
I know, me too.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 38 of the Spotlight Podcast here at Lucid Temple with my special guest, Sammi Wild. Make sure to follow Sammi at sammi.wild. Make sure to follow Zion Don at Zion Don _ and make sure to follow me at Husky Bass and follow the platform at Lucid Temple everywhere, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, to stay updated and to know when we're dropping these episodes. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Leave a like on the video and hit the bell alert button to stay notified. Every Mondays and Fridays we drop. Sometimes throughout the week, we'll let you know and stay updated.
Actually, we're gonna be dropping 2 podcasts a week from like next week forward. So keep a
Every
lookout for
week
that.
or every now and then?
Every week we gotta do it
For sure.
for sure.
So
Vibes.
stay tuned. Make sure to follow us and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.